Yo, what's happening?
Hello,
Keys, you at it again.
Uni. We at it again. How are
No,
you?
you at it again.
How are you? How are you?
Man, I'm doing good. I'm doing great. This morning is the best. You know why? Because I rolled up out of bed on a
Brush
great
your
foot.
teeth.
Yeah, I
Oh.
brushed my teeth, all that. What you trying to say?
I didn't say nothing.
Why'd you have to bring up brush your teeth? I don't
I
understand.
thought that's what you was gonna say, because when I roll out of bed, I go to the bathroom and pee, and then I brush your teeth.
Yeah, but that's TMI. You know, that's
No, it
TMI. For what we talking about now, we ain't trying to hear like your every single step when you get out the bed. I was just
People
saying I
might want to
stepped
hear
out on
what
the
I
right
do in the
foot.
morning.
Don't
They
nobody
might
want to
wanna
hear
what-
that. Nobody
Oh.
wants to hear that.
Some people want to hear it.
Nobody want to hear it.
I'll tell y'all later. On
No, ain't nobody
my
trying to hear all that.
vlog, I'll tell you how I get ready in the morning.
I pee, and then
Anyway, thanks so much for joining Talk to Me Truthfully for those who are listening, but for those who are on YouTube watching, make sure that you subscribe.
Please do.
And we'll wait for you while you do that. But while we wait for you to do that, also make sure that you like and comment, because we absolutely want to know what you think about what we are saying.
Yeah, and you know what? Let's add share in there too. We haven't been
And
telling
share.
people to share.
Oh, yeah. Share,
Please,
because
share.
sharing is caring. Right?
Sharing is caring.
Okay.
You know,
sharing's
share.
caring. Sorry, guys. I knew it was a word I was missing. Please share. If you
Please.
share with 5 people, those people might share with 5 more people. Let's get our following up. Come on, because you know you like the content. They gonna love it too. Let's get it.
Yeah, and
Okay.
there's so many things we want to bring y'all. We just can't do it until we reach a certain level. So
Yes.
please, like, subscribe, comment, share,
Share.
and then do it again.
Yes. Do it again.
Yeah, start another YouTube page and do it again.
Just do it. Like Nike says. Just do it.
Right.
Yes.
So,
let's
Keish, what
go.
are we talking about today? I'm excited to find out.
Today, and I believe we touched on this briefly in our last episode, but we are talking about self-sabotage, sir.
Self-sabotage.
Yeah, breaking the cycle and defeating self-sabotage. If you don't know what it's like to self-sabotage something, it's because you're not aware of it. So we're going to make you aware of that.
Okay.
Bring awareness to that. And we're going to try to help you to not self-sabotage, because the next relationship that you get in or the next connection that you find, it's going to last. Okay?
We hope.
Just saying. We are very hopeful for you.
Yeah, I'm hopeful.
Okay? We're very hopeful. So let's go ahead and get right on into it.
Let's go.
Mr. Uni the God.
What's happening?
So, for you, what is it like to self-sabotage for you?
In a relationship?
Yeah.
I think to me, when you self-sabotage, you can do it consciously and unconsciously.
I think
people
unconsciously is the most common.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Unconsciously.
Yeah.
Because you don't know.
And some people do it consciously because they might be afraid of where it could go. And you know, they might not be ready for where it could go. And so they find a way to sabotage the relationship.
Yup.
You know.
I agree.
Unconsciously, it goes back to what we spoke about in one of our previous episodes. You know, you could be dealing with something that you don't know that you're dealing with, you know.
Correct.
And it could cause some type of sabotage in the relationship. And you might not find out about it until it's already been sabotaged, unfortunately.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, but what do you think? What do you think about it?
There's a few things, because I've actually done some self-awareness so I won't self-sabotage in a relationship. And some of the things that I found that I'm not going to say that I did, but I'm just going to give you a few in general things that most people do when they self-sabotage and they may be unaware of it is difficult trusting the partner.
Oh,
Um,
hey,
mm,
that's me.
mm,
I don't trust
um,
nobody.
oh,
Yeah. Sorry.
oh,
It is what it
um,
is. It's hard. It's hard to get my trust. Very hard.
they have to earn your trust and they have to work for it really, really
Hey, some
hard.
people give trust from the beginning. Some people
You
make you
have
earn
to,
it.
yeah, you
Yeah.
have to earn. I
I'm one
think
of
it's
those people.
important. I
You
think
have
it's
to earn.
important to earn it because if you just give
Yeah.
somebody all your trust, man, they can rip that, they can rip
They
it
could
up
take
like
everything
paper.
from you. They could take
Yeah.
everything
It
from
can
you.
be in little pieces and it's hard to put it back together. If you ever ripped a piece of paper in like a million pieces, you think you're gonna be able to put that back together? Huh? And if you do, it's like a puzzle. It's gonna take a while.
And
Okay.
would
And
you even
eventually
want
you're
to
gonna
at
give
that
up.
point? You know?
Exactly. Like just give me a fresh new
Right.
piece of paper.
Yeah. Let me just start over from scratch. For real. From
I
scratch.
think something
You
else
remember that
that
Martin
people do.
episode? From
You so
scratch.
stupid. From scratch.
When he was at the DMV?
Yeah, you
All right.
stupid.
You know, I digress.
He
Go
done
ahead.
brought Martin up into
Hey
it.
man, it made me think about that. It was like from scratch, and then he was like, "Where's from scratch?" And then they had that they pointed, and it was
They
way back,
pointed,
and
yeah.
dude was back there like
Start
this.
over. Yeah. I can't. If y'all don't know, Martin is one of his top shows.
Yeah, I love it.
Let me get back to it. I got to name one thing and he went off. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Well, that's
so
another thing.
unprofessional.
He took accountability for that. So
Yeah, I did.
you have to be able to take accountability and
I apologize,
know when you
people.
do it.
I apologize.
Quiet. He said, oh. Give me my screen time. Anyway.
Okay, here you go. Take
okay.
it.
So another thing is criticism. So when we criticize somebody, it's different than constructive criticism, right? Excessive criticism just might be like saying something about their clothes or saying something about the way they do something. It's just over excessive. You know what I mean? Fear of getting hurt. Right? So you're gonna do what it takes to not get hurt. Right? Let's see. I already talked about criticism. Their behavior is another thing. You can kind of tell how a person handles what they go through by the way their behavior is. So you might be crying or somebody might say something to you and them not immediately go to your aid or something. Silence is a big one too. If you remain silent when your partner is trying to talk to you, or if you don't have nothing to say, your silence speaks volumes, okay?
Yes, it does.
If you don't have nothing to say and we sitting here trying to hold a conversation, it's not a conversation if it's just me talking to myself.
And let me say, I know for me, because of the way I listen, you know how I am when it comes to that. Like I listen and I thoroughly take in account what's being said. And I also go over the conversation in my head after the conversation is over, just so I can recognize the parts that I do remember and possibly bring back some of the stuff that I might have forgot, you know?
Right.
And that's why I do it almost immediately after a conversation. And so my silence might come off like what you're talking about now because I'm not saying anything. But for me, it's because I'm listening. But I will have a response.
Between that's what I was going to say. It's a difference between listening and being silent. Because if I'm sitting here telling you something that needs to be said and I'm trying to communicate to you, and if you have nothing to say, just because you just don't have anything to say, it's different. I understand if you're listening, but you also going to come back with something.
Yeah. And if you wasn't listening, you might not have nothing to come back with because you don't even know what the person was talking about.
Yeah. Oh God.
You ever held a conversation?
Put yourself in that situation.
Listen, you ever held a conversation with somebody and you checked out? Like you didn't mean to, but you did. And then they ask you a question about something that they just said, and you like,
you wasn't even listening.
And you're like, man, you weren't even listening.
Let me tell y'all,
is like one of the worst.
See, if y'all don't know, I be saying little stuff to trigger Uni, and he knows it. And this is one of those times. Like he's giving me payback because I promise. Like when I be really tired, I'm just gonna say it. And Uni, I'm talking about we can talk, okay? And I might just doze off because I'm so tired. And then like I'll wake up mid conversation and be like, He'd be like, you didn't hear what I said.
Yeah. Because like I know there's when people aren't listening, right?
I was really trying to listen.
When they stop listening.
Okay. When they stop.
Their response to a question is going to be the same. It's going to be the same response. And what Keish would do when she finds herself doing that is she will repeat the very last few words that was said. So if I'm talking and I'm like, yeah, so I went over there to the gym and saw this. You're like, oh yeah, you went to the gym? But like, yeah, I was just walking up the street and then I stumbled over this rock and such. Oh, you stumbled over the rock? That's how I know when she's not listening, because she's just going to repeat the last few words
to
because
make it
her
seem
mind
like, yeah,
that she's in the conversation when really she's probably on TikTok.
No, don't do me that way.
Wait, you haven't been on TikTok before and ignore the conversation? Yeah.
Usually
you see that look up? Y'all saw her look up?
Usually it's because I'm tired and I do doze off.
The majority of the time, you doze off.
Work.
Yeah.
When I'm tired.
Yeah. But you've also done that because I remember we was in a conversation before and then you interrupted the conversation to tell me something about what you're watching on TikTok. Like, oh, I got to send this to you. Look at this. This like
everybody's done that.
We on TikTok now? That's what we doing?
I thought we was talking. Everybody does that.
Oh, is that how you sleep at night? By saying everybody does that? Okay. All right.
Whatever. Right. I'm not ready to play with you today. Not today.
Yeah, you are.
We talking about self-sabotage. No, I'm not. We talking about self-sabotage, sir. Okay. And you not already took accountability for, difficulties trusting partners and, all of that. But I also know that unrealistic expectations. If somebody gives you an unrealistic expectation, that could be self-sabotaging because they know
you're not going to be able to do it.
Keyword, unrealistic. Yeah. That you're not going to be able to do it. And if you're not going to be able to do it, they're going to say, okay, well then I can't do this.
Right.
And that's their way of getting out of it. So basically self-sabotaging is a way to get out of it.
Yeah.
That's how I think about it.
Instead of facing the issue at hand, you would rather go a roundabout way of sabotaging the relationship and just instead of just being upfront and saying, look, this is what it is, and this is why I want to depart from it. And
which creates
to me,
it's a toxic relationship when they start self-sabotaging.
It definitely becomes toxic. It's on the way, because it could become something that you can't salvage later. Like, to me, if you're in a relationship with someone and y'all spent time together, I'm talking about, let's put years into it. And then the relationship goes its separate ways. If y'all not at minimum able to at least maintain some type of friendship out of that, then the relationship was toxic. You know what I mean? It was toxic. Because some people can be in a very healthy relationship and it just doesn't work out. But those people, when they see each other, they're cordial. They can talk. They can say, hey, how you doing? It's been a while since I've seen you. Like there's still some love there. There's some care there. Like you know. And then you got some relationships where it was so toxic, you don't even want to think about that person. You don't want to see that person. And to me, I personally will never be in a relationship like that ever again in my life because I know that I can't deal with toxic. And you know what comes with toxic? You know how you can identify toxic before toxic gets there?
Give it to him.
Drama.
Ugh.
Something
If
that
y'all can't
all
tell, he
women
hates
love.
drama. Wait,
I
time out.
absolutely
Wait a
hate
minute.
drama.
Time out. Because not all women love drama. And two, men love drama just as much as women do. Yeah, the person who was trying to troll, that was drama.
We don't even know if that was a man or not. They don't have no picture up.
Let's just say it didn't have a picture up.
Yeah.
And it didn't want to put a picture up.
Nah.
So
they probably couldn't.
Whatever it was.
What's that noise?
Love drama. Right?
I hear a noise.
What you hear?
It's like it's a humming noise.
It might be the computer. We're not finna stop in the middle of this episode so you can figure out what the noise is.
Okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry, people.
But I'm just saying, like, men love drama too, just as much as women. So don't just say women. I'm
not saying that only women. I'm not saying that only women.
You don't deal with drama.
No, I don't. And most men don't. Like, okay, who watches the reality TV shows with the women?
Everybody
arguing?
watches reality TV shows.
Everybody do, but women is the main core audience of those shows. That's why they mainly have women in those shows. If you think about it, all these reality TV shows, it's always women. It's always women that's in these reality TV shows, fussing and fighting, arguing. You don't see a bunch of men on there doing that. You know why?
You don't see a bunch of men, but they need to have. They had a Real Husbands of Hollywood. You remember that?
It was a comedy, though. That's what I'm saying. It was a comedy.
Now you want to define it as it was a comedy. It was still the Real Husbands of Hollywood. So
and
what?
It's funny as shit.
Exactly.
Shout out to Kevin Hart for that.
And
shout
they
out
had
to Kevin
what
Hart.
in there? They had drama, sir.
But it was comedy, though. That's different.
See what I'm saying? See how his drama relates to comedy, but when women go
My
through
drama
issues,
is comedy.
No, quiet. I'm talking.
Oh
quiet.
My God, you quiet.
So no, you quiet. So when women have those reality shows, it's drama. But when men have those reality shows, then it's comedy. I almost cursed.
It's the genre. If you pull up Real Husbands of Hollywood, because it's going to be in the comedy.
Because Kevin Hart. Hello, comedy. What is he? A comedian. He's funny.
Now, Real Wives of Atlanta or whatever?
Real Wives of Atlanta, Orange County.
You're not going to see comedy there.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're going to see comedy there or not. It's still comedy in those shows because if you look at it for real, the drama is comedy. Thank you.
And that's exactly what I'm saying.
Because what they arguing over? Stupid.
I don't know. Like, a person.
You don't even watch. You haven't even watched it. So how you going to say it? Okay, so hush and quiet.
And I'm not going to. Yeah. So.
Anyway.
But how do you know?
Uni has to be right.
No, I don't have to be right. I'm just saying.
Yes, you do.
You know it's comedy.
Anyway, all of it's comedy if you want to ask me.
Look at her deflecting. You need to have to be right.
Yeah, and I'm deflecting.
Yeah, you need to have to be right. She don't want to continue with the conversation. She just want to say.
Yeah, because we not on here talking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta or the Real Hollywood Husbands or whatever it is. They both comedy because they bring drama, both of them.
But only one of them is in the comedy genre. But okay. Can friendships be toxic too?
This friendship is becoming toxic. No, I'm just playing.
That's fucked up.
I know, man, right? Yeah. Friendships can most definitely be toxic, okay? Because you can have a friend who just loves to just get into all kind of silly stuff.
Yeah.
And they want you to join them too. Like, no, bro, I don't want to do that. What is wrong with you? Why would you even consider that?
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to draw you into something that just don't make no sense. Let's go rob a bank tomorrow. What?
Oh, man.
Are you crazy?
And we going there with,
I'm
I
just
wouldn't
saying
even
that's the kind of dumb stuff that people say and people do.
because
Like, no.
if you got them type, listen, if you got them type of friends in your life,
Let's go
that
skateboard off of a roof. Like, are you trying to like break your bones? What
I
are
don't
you
know, they're probably
doing?
trying to get them likes,
Oh, maybe. Yeah,
social
you know
media.
what? This
Yeah,
is social media.
yeah,
You're
they be
right.
doing
But I'm not going
that
to break
stuff.
none of my bones. My legs is too long. It's going to take a long time to heal. Okay?
Yeah,
We're not doing that.
yeah.
No. Or they
But
can just try to do like, it's just anything silly and dumb. That was just me being over exaggerating with it. But
for sure, I get
you
it.
know what I'm talking about.
But like but being that we're talking about self-sabotaging, like give me some examples of a person. Like, how do you identify when a person is actually self-sabotaging a relationship? Like, will you be able to identify it?
Yeah, did you just hear that list of stuff I gave off?
Yeah,
Sir,
but I'm just
the
saying.
stuff
But
I'm
during
gonna
the
give you.
time
I'm gonna
while
give
it's
you some.
happening, during the time while it's happening, are you able to sit there at that moment and be able to identify it right then and there, or do you realize it later after it's all said and done and be like, damn,
at that
he
moment,
he just self-sabotaged this relationship.
At
Like,
that moment when it first begins to happen, you're not gonna recognize it because I mean it could be
right.
something so small. You know what I'm saying? Like okay, with the whole trusting thing. Okay, you don't
Right.
trust me right now. Okay, cool. We only a month in. 2 months in. He's still talking about like, nah, I have like 5% trust in you. Like, dang, like we had 2 months now. 6
Maybe
months
3.
go down.
You said only 2 months? Yeah, 5%
Yeah.
is too high for 2 months. Sorry.
See what I'm saying? Like, it's like when the trust you never see the trust build. You know what I'm saying?
It's
like,
building.
It's building, but like if it's only building like
just not that fast. Yeah, it takes time.
I mean, come on. Okay, so another thing is belittling your partner. Might start out as a joke, right? They might try to do it in a joking way, but then as the time goes on, they begin to do it all the time.
So belittling your partner. So, and it starts off as a joke. Okay. So like, for instance, I was in a long relationship where I would talk about her head being big. Man, you got a big
It's
head.
not funny. It's not funny.
And she would talk about my feet because my nails will grow long before I cut them. And so she would say I got claws.
Oh, no, I'm going to talk about you too.
So, but it's jokes, right? It's just jokes. So you're saying that if that joke turns into like we arguing, and I'm like, man, shit, with your big ass head. Like, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Like it starts
off as like a joke, but then it's more consistent. If y'all start arguing, then they're going to bring it up. They bring it up more frequently than what they used to.
So, perfect example, I guess what you're talking about is a man talking about his woman's weight.
Ooh, yes.
Like in a joking manner, but it's really him trying to let her know, like, I don't like your weight. But like,
exactly.
man, if
exactly.
you don't I swear to God, you in these alarms, every episode. I
just wanted to see if y'all was paying attention.
Leave a comment about Keish
I was
and these
if
alarms
y'all was paying attention.
and these episodes. Okay, it's unprofessional, and none of us appreciates it.
I love you all.
Yeah, she loves y'all, but we don't appreciate it. Ain't that right?
I love you too, Uni.
Yeah,
because you're my homie.
You know it. You know what it is. You know how we get down.
Yeah, that's all love. Anyway,
cut your phone off.
I am sorry.
Next time I see that phone, I'm throwing it.
Oh,
I'm telling you, off the rail.
Don't touch my phone.
I'm throwing it.
That's what his phone say.
It's being touched. Yeah, dude. You still touch it.
His phone says, "No, I don't."
Yes, you do. You touch my phone.
If you ask me to give you your phone, I'm gonna give you your phone.
You touch my phone.
So
I've left my phone in places, and you've relocated my phone.
Why would I relocate your phone? He got a ghost in his house. I don't know what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but yeah, go ahead with what you were saying. Sorry.
Sorry, like guys. if somebody was talking about a person's weight in a jokingly manner, and they might say something like, "Man, you on them big ass hips," or whatever.
Yeah.
And then knowing that she's insecure about her weight, that could be belittling her, even though
Yeah.
you're doing it in a joking manner. Is
Yeah.
that what you mean?
Yeah. It's like criticizing them,
Yeah.
basically.
Okay.
That's another word
I
for
got
it.
you.
Just like criticizing.
I got you.
Let's see. It also says being passive aggressive.
Passive aggressive.
Expressing negative feelings, anger, annoyance, indirectly, instead of directly. So just being indirect with it instead of being direct with it. Like if I say, oh, if I'm just doing that, like, you know what I mean? I'm just like, you annoying me. Instead of saying, what you doing is annoying me. It's just like making those little noises so you can know you getting on my nerves, but me not telling you getting on my nerves. That's a
And that
way
could
of
be a
avoiding
form of
talking to it.
And that could be
Yeah.
a form of self-sabotage.
It's passive aggressive. Like, just tell me. Because why wouldn't
Right.
you tell me that?
Right.
That's gonna get on my nerves by you going, oh,
And I guess
is it over yet?
it,
Is it over yet? Like, are we
Right.
done?
Yeah,
Stuff
because
like
I mean, it's also giving off that energy like you don't care too.
Bingo. That's
you
what it
know,
is.
You don't even
Yep.
care to fix the issue or the problem. Yeah. And
Yeah.
so that is a way to self-sabotage within a relationship.
I mean, and people do it. Okay, I do it. Okay, but it's because, like, if something's it's getting on my nerves, but I know it's gonna get on my nerves, I go, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
I do.
He automatically knows, like, oh, I'm getting on your nerves. So y'all can have that back and forth, but it's just when it's just like you continually do it.
Right.
You just continuously being passive aggressive, and that's not cool. Threatening to leave. Have you ever had somebody threaten to leave you?
Have I had somebody threaten to leave me? That's a good question.
You don't know?
I got to think about it because I can't
We ain't got time for you to think about it. What I'm going to say is I've had people say, you know what? I'm done. I'm just going to leave.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll keep doing it. I'm just leaving. I'm just leaving. Because if you don't do this, I'm going to leave. So
I guess you know what? I guess the reason why I haven't or can't really think of a memory of it, and I'm not saying it hasn't happened. I just can't think of a memory off the top of my head, which means it probably didn't happen often.
Right.
But I think the people that I'm with or the person that I'm with at that time kind of knows me and knows how I am. If you tell me you leaving, like,
I'm
going to say go. I'm like,
God,
for real.
Dang.
No, I'm serious. I'm going to say go and don't come back. Like, oh,
you
really?
Don't circle the block? They can't circle the block?
Dealing with a woman, or pertaining to a woman, it depends on if she's allowed the block in or not. If she leaves me and allows the block in, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Then nah, there is no coming back. But as long as the block remained outside, she might have left me, but didn't welcome the block in her, then yeah, there's still a chance. But but once that happens, no, there's no circling back.
But I guess, though, with you, it's a little bit different because if y'all watched our previous episode, we talking about mental health issues, and that's one of the things that you brought up was, somebody leaving. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my mother.
Yeah.
For her absence like that. The last time I can remember seeing my mother, I was 6 years old.
Wow.
And so when I see that type of energy in a woman,
You say just
where
go.
she wants to bounce or wants to
Mhm.
go, automatically it just
Yeah.
clicks
Because it
back to that.
really,
And it's like, you know what? Go. I
yeah,
don't even want you here now anyway. Just by you
right.
telling me that. I don't even
Mhm.
want you here.
Yeah.
And that's, and that's just one of my issues that I know I have.
Mhm.
But tell you the truth, I actually like that fact because the way I feel like a woman should do what's in her heart to do. And if a woman can
Right.
tell you out her mouth that she wants to go, that
Yeah.
she wants to leave, or in my case, if she's doing things like this self-sabotage that we're talking about, if she's doing
Mhm.
things that's showing me that she
Mhm.
wants to go or wants to
Yeah.
leave,
Yeah.
then something's going to click in my brain and I'm just going to naturally just disconnect. It's going to be a almost an immediate disconnect from that woman
Oh, wow.
because of my past experience. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? And that's something that I've acknowledged in myself. That's
Yeah.
something that I've accepted. And I don't see that changing for me.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
too late for that to change for me. So don't tell
So
me
that you about to leave,
that you're
like,
about to bounce. Yeah, because you
so
will be
threatening to
gone.
leave, you might as well just go ahead and
You
do
might
it
as well
instead
go
of
at that
threatening to
point.
do it. But that's
Yeah.
one of the things that they don't even realize they doing, because them saying they leaving, it might make somebody, not you obviously, but it might make somebody be like, "Oh, don't leave."
Nah.
Like if they would
Yeah.
have the opposite
That maybe
reaction
maybe
that
that's
you
what they
have.
maybe and that could be
Mhm.
what they wanted you to
They
say.
want,
Like you're
yeah.
not even fighting for me. You
You're
don't
not
care.
But
Nah.
that's something else that
Mm-mm.
happens. They want somebody to fight for them, but they don't even want to fight for it because they're self-sabotaging relationships. They're threatening to leave, not knowing that if that other person feels the way you felt, Uni, they just gonna tell them to go. And
Yeah.
then, oh, well, he told me to leave. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like he
Yeah.
told me he didn't even want me here.
And
They'll make
that
up something
and
that is just
and,
like
and that
totally
will
bogus.
and that will help them sleep at night. Because that's
God.
another thing that happens too
Yes.
when a person is self-sabotaging a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So when they go into the next relationship or while they're dealing with that time in between relationships,
Yep.
in their mind, they're going to create all of these things about the person that was so wrong. That's
Yep.
how it kind of like it helps them get over the person by making the person out to be just this bad person. When really,
Mm-hmm.
they really wasn't. This is what you're putting in your mind so you can move forward, so you can move on from
Right.
that person.
Right.
But then
Yeah.
you know what happens though? Later on, especially if you get into that new relationship,
Mm-hmm.
you start to realize, damn, that person was really good.
He was good.
He was
He
good.
was good.
I fucked that up. There's so
Yeah.
many people right now walking around like, man,
Yep.
everybody has that one
Yep.
relationship. And if you
Yeah.
don't have it yet, it's gonna
It's
come.
coming. It's coming.
Everybody's gonna have that one relationship
Yes.
that you blew,
Yep.
that you knew it was your fault. You're the reason why it didn't work out. And you knew you had either a good man or a good woman.
But you know what? That's what's so good about self-inventory. Have you done self-inventory, by the way? It sounds like
You
you've
know I
done a
have.
lot of self-inventory.
I still do self-inventory. I
It
did it
doesn't
this
stop,
morning.
right? It doesn't stop.
It's
It's
everlasting.
it's
And it
continuous.
should
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
It should be because we're
Because
constantly evolving.
yeah,
So yeah.
exactly. So
Yeah.
if Uni does it every day. Like he does
Hmm.
self-inventory every day. I
Every
don't
day.
do self-inventory every day, but I do self-inventory when it's needed, right?
Mm. Hmm.
Just like when I got out of whatever relationship I was in prior, and I had time to sit back and really think, like, was it me? Was it him? What really happened, basically? And it
Hmm.
wasn't just that relationship. Like I thought about everything over time, you know?
Hmm.
And I had to write some stuff down. I had to just change some stuff up. And I said, the next time that I get into a relationship, I'm going to be better, not just for that person, but for me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what self-inventory is. It's basically a reflection of what you did before and how you can go about it in a new way and fix
Right.
it. So it won't be brought up, like they say, like you bringing baggage, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
Mm-hmm.
into a new relationship or a
Right.
connection. Like that's something that you don't want to do. So to prevent that, you're going to do what it takes to be a better you.
And what, just to add to that, if people did more self-inventory during the relationship instead of
Mm.
after it's over, relationships will last longer.
Yes.
They would last longer because they would start to see what it is that they're doing, how they're self-sabotaging the relationship, whether it's consciously or unconsciously. Like you said, most likely it's going to be unconsciously. But they would be able to recognize what they're doing. Like, man, you know what? I'm really not appreciating him for what he's doing right now.
But then that
like,
comes with what? You got to be able to what? With your partner, communicate.
It's always communicate.
If you never know,
it's always communicate
what you're doing. And how you gonna know unless you communicate? The other person tells you. And that's where the constructive criticism comes in. If you can't handle constructive criticism, you probably a lost cause in that. You're gonna have to learn how to deal with it.
Listen, for
which
those
is what?
of
Taking
you,
accountability. Man, bullet points. If y'all ain't got no paper, write it down.
Write it down.
Put it on your phone, press record, whatever it is you got to do, because these are some key things that everybody needs to know on how to fix yourself so you won't get into that next relationship and unconsciously self-sabotage a good thing.
And let me tell you, for those of you in a relationship right now, and if you're not talking to your partners about what you're going through, you are self-sabotaging that relationship. Period. You have to open up. You have to speak about what you're feeling. You have to speak about what is going on with you, especially if you're not at peace or if you're unhappy. If you do not say anything, if you just keep it to yourself and pretend like it's going to all go away, it will not go away, because your partner, if they love you, is going to be sitting over there wondering what is going on. Why
and
is
if you
she
never talk about
acting
it,
like this?
You never know.
Yeah.
And
so talk about it.
We was talking about this. It wasn't even too long ago. Having difficult conversations, right?
Yeah.
I mean, being able to have those difficult and uncomfortable conversations that you want to be like, I'd rather not talk about it. Those are things that really save relationships, connections, marriages. If you did something that you know wasn't right, you probably should tell your partner, especially if they asking you about it. You know what I'm saying? They ask you about it and it's uncomfortable for you and you know you did it, just fess up to it, because guess what? They already know 9 times out of 10. They know.
They wouldn't, and you know what? That's true. They wouldn't even have asked you about it if they didn't have some idea about what they're asking you. You know, which means it's in their mind. And so if you know this is something that's in their mind, instead of them assuming things to fill in the gray areas, fill in the gray areas for them by speaking to them about it, speaking truthfully to them about it. That way they're not walking around with the wrong ideas about you or the wrong ideas about whatever that question is. It's simple, but it's so hard to do if you haven't established that type of communication with your partner.
And it might be fear too.
Fear of losing the person?
Yep.
Yeah, but you got to face that. You're going to lose them anyway, just in a very slow way.
Yeah, exactly. Because a person, especially a female, oh man, ladies, tell me if I'm wrong, but me, you will lose me mentally before you lose me physically. You
emotionally too.
And emotionally. Yeah.
Definitely.
And once that emotion
the emotion is gone, man.
Baby, if I mentally checked out,
the physical is going to naturally check out. The physical is going to naturally check
absolutely.
out. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We
When
gonna
the
walk
emotion is
by each
gone,
other like
yeah.
we just roommates.
Yeah.
At that point.
And that's another way of knowing when a person has actually or is in the process of checking out, because that sexual tension is going to be weak, extremely weak. You know how you can get around a person, or like when you're in a very healthy relationship and you're with that person, you're under the same roof, you can just feel the sexual tension in the air. Just by walking around each other and being around each other, y'all constantly hugging and hugged up and booed up. That's why you see like new relationships, they're always, oh,
It's so fresh,
I love
and
you too. And they hugging and kissing, all that PDA, is being displayed. But then when that starts slowing down, when you can be under the same roof and you ain't thinking about tearing that person's clothes off anymore, or
just know they checked out.
Yeah, there's something that's going on in there that needs to be, there's a disconnect that needs to be addressed. And if it isn't addressed.
So who would be to blame for the disconnect though?
Well, I think the blame game just isn't the route anyway.
Yeah.
I think if we can avoid the blame game, we can get to fixing the issue. But I'll say it again. If we can avoid the blame game, we can fix whatever the issue is. But once we start blaming the other person and we start faulting the other person, it becomes a back and forth that is very hard to correct, because now we're coming at each other, So, because it could be so many different things. A person could have a really bad day at work, or their job might be bringing on so much stress to them that they just don't have the energy to show that type of affection in the household.
Yeah.
Right? And people bring their work home.
Oh God.
And
more
I think that's
often
something.
Than not. I'm guilty.
Yes. Yeah. People bring their work home. We've had a conversation about that. After you done got off work, me and you on the phone, and instead of us talking about something productive or talking about something, you're venting.
I am.
You're venting about the job. You're venting about, and I'm like, okay, so you're still at work. Like mentally, mentally, you're still on the clock. You're still on the clock up
without
here.
Getting paid. Yeah.
Without getting paid. So it's like you already got to deal with it for the hours you got to deal with it. Now you're dealing with it on your personal time too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not good.
That's not good. It's just not good. Y'all keep that personal time to yourself. That's your time, not the job's time. So
listen, Yudi don't even like driving to the job because he's like, oh, I don't even get paid for these 30 minutes I'm driving to work. Like, boy, shut up. Just
they need to pay us. Hey,
Quiet.
If y'all agree, like put it in the comments. These companies should pay us for travel time to and from work.
God.
If y'all
Everybody
agree,
gonna go bankrupt.
Put it on there. Put it on there. Yeah, that's what needs to happen. They need to pay us for travel time.
You see, I done got him started.
gonna have me drive all the way to work.
And then not pay you for it.
And not pay me. Because that's not my personal time. I'm not even on the clock. If I'm using my personal time to get to the job, you should be paying me for that. Travel time.
Oh my God.
If you stay 30 minutes away, you need to pay 30 minutes of time. You need to add that to the check.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. These companies got the money, man. Pay your people. What's wrong with y'all?
Yeah, let's save that for another podcast.
Yeah,
or
we
your
can.
Personal vlog.
We can.
Which one?
Because I got a little upset a little bit.
He did. He got a little angry. It's okay. Quiet.
I'm calm.
Calm down.
I'm back.
Calm down.
I was telling somebody to quiet.
Calm down. Calm down. but for real, so would you be able to define your wrong in a failed relationship because of maybe self-sabotage?
Would I be able to?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
How do you define your wrong in a failed relationship because of self-sabotage? How do you do that?
Because like we spoke earlier, like I'm doing that daily self-inventory daily. And so because I'm doing it daily, I can recognize when I'm doing certain things. And then sometimes those things would just come out, right? And at the time when it comes out, I'm letting it out. I might not recognize that that's what it is right then and there. But then, like I said earlier, I always go back over the conversations in my head right after it happens. And then at that point, I'm like, oh, okay, I this is why I said this. I kind of lost it here. Let me go and let her know.
Also, you actually do go back, like after you take your little self-inventory and, you go over the conversation and you find what you did, you actually go to her and you say, look, I handled this wrong. Or however you say it, you let her know that you was in the wrong.
You have to.
Oh, wow, that's important. That's important.
Yeah, it's very important. I think you have to, because it lets her know that you're not only taking that conversation y'all just had seriously, but you actually are finding a way to correct whatever the issue is. Like you're actually working on it. And sometimes the other person just needs to know that you actually care about the issues and the problems that the other person is having.
That makes you feel so good. Like that would make me feel so amazing. I've had, my guy that I'm with, he's actually said, I could have handled it different, or I was wrong, or you know what I mean? And I'm like, I wanted to be like, yeah, I told you. But, I'm like, it made me feel good because he did come to me and say it. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you. And, at that point, say thank you, because they didn't have to do that.
They didn't have to. And it also lets the other person know that that person is invested in that connection. That person is invested in the relationship and the connection working and wants it to work. Yes. Now, a person that doesn't do that, how are you showing the other person that you are invested, that you want it to work? If you're not.
Yeah, you can't do that by just buying them stuff. Like, it's nice to receive gifts here and there, but if you just constantly buying somebody, that's not really showing them that you're invested because you're spending money.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, there's a lot of women, unfortunately, that will take those gifts and be okay.
I can't just take a gift and be okay. Like, I guess it would have to go so much deeper than just what they have. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the type of woman that I really don't care what you have. I go on how you treat me. We can build something together, but if you just trying to buy me, you might as well buy.
Kick rocks, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not gonna work.
I don't have the money to buy anything. So because of that fact, you know what I mean?
No, I don't have that option. You're my homie.
Oh God.
Okay, sorry.
You look. I would buy you something though. You know what I would buy you?
What?
I ain't gonna say.
Now I want to know.
No, because I don't got no money.
I
don't got no money. I'm broke. Right. Yeah, I'm broke. I'm broke. So because I'm broke, I don't have that option of trying to buy a woman's love.
You'll pay for a meal?
Oh yeah, I feed my women now. I feed my, every relationship that I've been in from the time I started going into a relationship all the way up until now. One thing that I feel like as a man,
and you
feed
take
your
care
family.
Of home. You take care of
feed
home.
your family. Yeah, food.
Right? Okay.
Yes, I got your food. But Birkin bags, is that the name? Look, I don't even know the name of them because I don't shop for them.
I'm a woman and I don't even know the names of them. I got Walmart bags.
Hey, listen, I don't got no bag.
I got a Walmart purse.
I got a book bag. You know what I'm saying? But from Walmart.
I'm telling you, like, I'm so daggone frugal.
Oh, hold on. We done said Walmart's name like 3 or 4 times. They need to go and cut that check.
An endorsement.
Yeah, they need to cut that check. We might have to edit that out.
Yeah.
From Mart. Call it.
Mart.
Yeah, from Mart.
I got that Mart bag.
I got that from Mart. That Mart bag.
That Mart bag. Oh my God. No, but for real, y'all. Like,
you too silly.
Like, nah, I'm cool on all that. Like, it might be nice that you got money, but make me feel like I'm something more than just like, just you just want to spend money. Like, do something different. Okay.
Yeah, and that's for me. And I know this is kind of off the topic of self-sabotage, but I can actually make it a part of the topic.
Okay.
Sex.
Okay.
You can self-sabotage a relationship using sex as a weapon.
Withholding.
Exactly. Withholding. Now, if you're withholding sex because you're just not emotionally attached, that's different. Like if y'all not having sex,
But then why are y'all together if you ain't no emotion? If y'all not emotionally attached?
No, what I'm saying is the attachment can become weaker and weaker as the time goes on, and so
wouldn't there still be withholding? Because what if the other person is in need? Like I'm not gonna sit here and take care of myself because that's when cheating starts.
It is, but you got to understand this. This is what I mean by it. Some people, when they're actually having sex with their partner, they're having sex with them not just to get off, not just to catch a nut, right? They're having sex with them because it's a transfer of energy. They're like into that person, like the energies are back and forth. And so if you're in a relationship with a person and y'all start growing apart, you're emotionally starting to check out.
But wouldn't naturally, you have signs of that?
Sex. Yeah, of course. But what I'm saying is it could be used as a weapon. In that case, it's not being used as a weapon. It's just something that naturally happens when you disconnect from a person emotionally, right? You're just you're not going to be all lovey-dovey. And so it's just going to, but using it as a weapon to self-sabotage is when you're purposely just...
I had that happen to me in the last relationship.
I ain't gonna do it.
Yeah. But I just thought he was gay. Because like, some form of a woman, especially if y'all living together, it's gonna turn the other person on. It's just gonna turn you on. If I walk in there and I'm just get out the shower and I'm butt naked, you should be aroused. Even if you don't feel like having sex right now, you should still be aroused.
Or at least, there should be at least some compliments being thrown out or something. Something to acknowledge the beauty. Like, oh, you just got out the shower. Do you have to dry off so quick? Let the air dry.
Let the water run.
Yeah, air dry. Air dry. But if that man or that woman is receiving sex somewhere else, and they're already satisfied, then that could be the reason also why there is no arousement or there's no compliments, because they done mentally checked out. Their energy is going somewhere else.
Somewhere else, yep. And it's like you already know. You can already know.
You can tell,
where it's at because, baby, it's gone.
Yeah, you'll know when it's not on you. Because you'll know, you remember how it was in the beginning. You remember that energy that was coming from that person when y'all first got together. And then you can feel the absence of that energy, or you can feel it being, I guess, reduced, if you will. And that's something that's just going to naturally happen, I guess, as time goes on. But it's still going to be there. It's still going to be strong enough to where the person isn't thinking negative thoughts about.
Exactly. And that's what matters. Because when the person starts thinking negative thoughts or, they must be with somebody else, then y'all got a problem.
Y'all got a problem that's brewing up that's going to explode if y'all don't handle that right then and there. And that comes back to
no matter how that other person feels, you need to talk to them.
You got to talk at that point. When you start thinking things about the person you with in a negative way, those negative thoughts is going to bring about more negative things. Because that's how powerful we are. Our thoughts bring about our reality. And so because of that, if you start thinking negative thoughts about the person that you with, it's going to bring negative energy into y'all relationship, into y'all connection. And
Absolutely.
that energy is going to build up to a level that could be, irreversible,
Destructive. Mm-hmm.
destructive and irreversible.
Yeah.
And that's how you can leave somebody and be on some, I don't even want to think about this,
Yep. And I've been there. I do not even want to see the name. I don't want to see nothing. Like, to me, when we get to that point and that level, and like I said, if I mentally check out and emotionally check out before I physically leave, like, it's a wrap for you. We can't be friends. I don't want no parts of you.
Right.
I don't even want to know that I knew you
Right.
at that point. And it's bad to say, because at one point when we did have a connection, now there's nothing there.
Right.
Absolutely nothing. Like, you can't even speak to me. I will walk straight past you like you are a stranger on the street.
Stranger on the street.
I will.
Stranger on the street.
So being able to identify self-sabotage is a plus. You have to do
Identify it.
Being able to handle it, you have to do it. Being able to do self-inventory, it has to be done. Else you're going to bring the same thing into the next relationship, and the next relationship is going to turn out like the old relationship. So you developing a pattern.
Yeah. And back to that self-inventory, if you can't do it daily, at least be conscious of it. Find time to do it, even if it's
Write it
weekly.
Down.
Just
Keep
sit back
journal.
and think about like what am I doing? What are my actions? How am I making the other person feel? Don't self-sabotage your relationship because you're not putting enough time and energy into the relationship. And instead of consciously self-sabotaging a relationship, just be straight up and let the person know, I don't want to be in this.
Oh, man. And so many people find that hard to do.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to hurt the other person's feelings, but if you're already self-sabotaging, like, and you recognize it, just be like, hey, we can be friends. I don't think this is it for me. There's ways to actually get out of something that you shouldn't be in without really hurting that other person, because that other person might already know.
They might already know.
Feeling it.
And then there's also those times where you can't get out of it without hurting that other person, because that other person is locked in. That other person is invested. So
yes.
But it's best to be upfront and honest with a person instead of self-sabotaging a relationship and getting out it that way, because it's a weak way of doing things.
Ooh.
You're not facing the truth, and it also shows your character and what type of person you are. So be about truth with whoever you with, your partner, your connection, your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever title y'all have. Be upfront, be truthful, and at least you can salvage the connection to where y'all can at least be cordial when y'all come across each other, especially if there's children involved. So we're going to end the episode with that. Lakeith Nicole, this topic is a great topic. I want to give a shout out to our producer, Lakeith Nicole. If y'all don't already know, is the producer of the podcast. She comes up with the topics. And what y'all hear and everything that y'all have experienced so far pertaining to this podcast is because of her. So a round of applause for Lakeith Nicole. Yeah.
Thank you.
I need to get like a little applause button where I can go. Where can they reach you at, though? Where can they reach you?
You can reach me on all platforms at Lakeith Nicole, and that's LaKeyNichole, right above me.
Yep, right above her. And you can reach me at Unidagod, UNIDAGOD, and that's on all social media platforms. You can also Talk to Me Truthfully, and that's TALK, the number 2, METRUTHFULLY, on social media platforms, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And our website, not website, but email address.
No, email address.
Website is coming soon, but email, if you want to reach out to us via email, is talktometruthfullyinquiries@gmail.com. Once again, that's talktometruthfullyinquiries inquiries@gmail.com.
Yep.
So, hey, please like, comment,
subscribe, and
share.
Share it with 5 people and tell them 5 people to share it with another 5 people. Let's get our follows up. Let's get them comments rolling in. Thank y'all so much for joining us. I enjoyed this episode talking to you, Uni.
You know how we do.
And we'll be back again at it because I got some more stuff. Listen, I got a lot of stuff up here, okay? And that's where all of these topics is coming from because of self-inventory, baby.
Self-inventory.
Yes. Let me tell you, I got a lot to say, okay?
Yeah, I know. And unfortunately, I got to hear it all. I'm just playing. You know, I love
like
you.
He don't want to hear what I got to say.
You know I love you, man. You know.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I'm going to see you.
Whatever.
Don't worry about it. I'm going to see you.
All right. Until next time, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Follow both of us, Uni the God and Lockheed Nicole, and stay truthful.
We love you. We love you all. Please continue doing what you're doing. Support us. We love you. Share, like, comment, subscribe. Please.
Bye.
Peace, people.